bit? You have my phone?
Yes.
Where did I? No, it would be your phone. The recording I made. Your phone. Aww. Ain't that a trip? From now on, we have to reverse. Anyways, let me. We're gonna go ahead and get started.
Okay.
There's no way of playing that recording, is there?
I'd have to stop it. We can do that. Come back on.
No, it's okay.
Or we can finish this one and come back on and play it.
No, it's an idea, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Make them short, 15-minute videos if they want to hear it. Alrighty, let's get started. Ready? Ready?
Yeah.
Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your conference calls. Well, another one of your UB2Bs. I call them Frank 26 UB2Bs. It is the 18th of October 2019, and I'm not going to be with you very long. Today is Friday. For the last 3 Fridays, inside of my forum at ktfalways.com, they've been very generous. Premium. The premium of ktfalways.com has allowed me to talk to you on Fridays and combine our UB2B with what we give them inside of premium. But tonight, no, we're not going to do that. I'm going to go and talk to them privately. And don't roll your eyes. It's not like we're keeping anything away from you. This coming Monday, what do? I don't leave anyone behind. We actually talk to you every Monday on the things that I talked about. Well, most of them, most of the things I talked about inside of our Friday team chat are premium. Anyways, I'm only going to be with you until 8 o'clock, so we're down to 22 minutes. Can you believe that? That should be a record. So let's get to work. Everything I'm about to say to you is in my opinion. This is a speculative investment of the study of the Iraqi dinar. I offer you no date. I offer you no rate. Okay? Good. And like I said, this will be a historical UB2 because I'm not going to make it very long. But in fact, I wasn't even going to do one. But I want to point something out that I believe is an intersection in the path that we're taking in the lava flow of the monetary reform. An intersection. And what I'd like to tell you is that inside of our form, there are some posts. I'm going to give you, be ready with your notes. I'm going to give you the post numbers. In fact, I'm going to take I might take them all and read them to you so that I can make my point. But before we get there, this morning I went on our forum and I told the family, I said, look, I want to ask you a question. I've told you, in my opinion, the answer to this question. But my question is this. In your opinion, who do you believe is in charge? Who do you believe is in charge of the Iraqi monetary reform? And by the way, yeah, I know who my daddy is. I know who my heavenly father is. I know who my earthly father is. And I see your comments. Look, if you don't want me to talk, I won't talk. I'll just go away. It's obviously our titles are to grab your attention and so that you can understand. I know who my heavenly Father is. I know who my earthly Father is. Let me ask you this. Who do you think is in charge of the Iraqi monetary reform? Who's your daddy monetary reform of the Iraqi dinar? And you're all posting the proper answer. Once again, yes, I know God is in charge. That's not the point of me wasting 30 minutes to come here to try to talk to you. You, in my opinion, family, I've been telling you for a long time that I believe that what I call the Fab Four is in charge of the monetary reform. And we've seen the proof of it over and over and over and over and over and over again. And we've laid it out. What is the Fab Four? It is the IMF. Okay. They are the mother of all the mothers that own banks in the world. That is the mother of all the central banks. Then you also have the World Bank. Well, we want to make sure that we have the right connections, international connections, the right laws. Yeah, World Bank takes care of an awful lot of that. The right platforms, et cetera, et cetera. So you got the IMF, you got the World Bank, and the United States Treasury. How in the world did that get involved in there? When you look at the IMF and when you look at the World Bank, we hold the highest percentage in votes in both of those. And the reason why is because the United States has the highest dues. We pay the highest percentage because we are a superpower. With that said, who holds the mortgage on these places? Basically, we do. So when you say the IMF, you can almost say the United States of America. We have an awful lot of pull. We have an awful lot of say in it. And I've been telling you this for the longest time. By the way, Aaron Villetti, it looks like. The Bank of International Settlements is one to consider, but we didn't because that's different. It functions in a different way with the monetary reform of what the Iraqi dinar is doing. So far we've got the IMF, the World Bank, and the United States Treasury. Do you realize that all three of those is what? USA, USA, USA. Huh? Okay, so what's the fourth part of the Fab Four? And by the way, the Fab Four was created by me. And I've proven to you that these four are pulling the shots. So the IMF, the World Bank, and the United States Treasury. Oh, many examples, dozens of them. Now all of a sudden on this day, I decide to come on here and tell you, let's talk about who's in charge. Who's the fourth one? Well, I suggested that it was the President of the United States of America. In the same manner that the Fab Four were ready many years ago when Obama was in control. But it turns out that the IMF, World Bank, and the United States Treasury, as much as they were ready to go, Obama decided to pull back the troops in Iraq and let ISIS and Daesh take over. And that just killed the reinstatement of the Iraqi dinar. And so ironic that today the Democrats are saying, "Oh my God, what a travesty! What sickness of the president to fulfill a campaign promise and save lives and bring our American troops back home from Syria. Oh, how dare he!" And the same rhetoric, the same Bolshevik garbage was being spewed out of them, but in the opposite way. Oh, it is such a beautiful thing that the President Obama brought back our troops from Iraq. We're so proud of him. He's saving so many lives. All you Republicans that are just warmongers, boo, 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 boo. Yes, our hero Obama. Thank you. You jerks. You knew damn well what you were doing. Remember SOFA? Anyways, you're not there anymore. And now I can bring to you on this day, I'm down to 20 minutes, remind me, Tink. I can bring to you on this day what? What do I bring to you on this day? The last part of the Fab Four. And who is it? The President of the United States of America. Family, I'm here to suggest to you that he is in more than in control of what's going on with the Iraqi dinar. And on this day, I say it to you with great pride and great joy. Great pride and great joy. I tell you what, look at this. Post number, thank you, Don961. One of our two news hounds. Don961 brings us that it says in post number 45 in yesterday's thread, if you're not a member of our forum, you should be. Conspiracy, address of some partners of the political process in Iraq. The Prime Minister, Mahdi, he had an opportunity to restore the internal and the external conditions of the political systems based on the sectarian and the national quotas. But what did he do? He messed it up. Instead of doing what he was supposed to do for the people, he started doing what he was not supposed to do for someone else, some other country. We do not reveal a secret when we say that among the partners of the political process in Iraq, those who have the ambition to become prime minister of Iraq, and the stock exchange of the candidates is crammed with many names, well, it turns out that maybe Iraq needs to send a message to reassure those who are in the count in the political process of Iraq that the candidate for prime minister is not Mahdi. The direct results of the fall or falls of Mahdi's government is the collapse of the entire Iraqi political system. You had a chance, sucker. You had a chance. A lot was put in, not by your purple fingers. By the United States of America. Mahdi, you know darn well who won, don't you? The holy man. But who put you in place in there? So, Mahdi, who took out a lock? I'm sorry, a lock. Oh, I'm so tired. Who took out a body? Who took out a body? Oh, who put him in? Mahdi, who put you in? Who's your daddy? Check this out, continuing. After the withdrawal of after the U.S. withdrawal from Syria, the Trump administration will focus. You mean there was a purpose? And you knew it too, didn't you, Democrats? You Bolsheviks. You're destroying a whole young generation of Americans, young men, young women that think that the government is, it's not fair. We need to all be fair to each other. No! Not under socialism or communism. Young men, young women that are being brainwashed by the Democrats and social parties. Let me tell you something. I've been there and I've done that. You have no idea because you weren't there. You haven't been there. You don't know the flavor and the taste. You don't know the smell of it. Here's what you do. Keep your American citizenship. Keep your American citizenship. Go live in China for a year. Go live in Laos for a year. Go live in Cuba for a year. Go live in Vietnam for you. Go live in Russia. Well, you know what? No, Russia's too capitalist now, but they won't admit it. They won't tell you. Go to these socialist, communist worlds. Live there for a year. Tell me you won't be crying to come back home. After the United States withdrew from Syria, Trump had a reason for it. And you knew it, Democrats. Trump's administration will now focus on Iraq. You see the Fab Four? I've only talked to you about the three, haven't I? For years. It's time to talk to you about the last one. But I've only got 14 more minutes. You see, I've learned that if I don't talk to you quickly and fast, I lose your attention. So after the withdrawal, President Trump's administration will focus now on Iraq, which means that if an Iraqi politician figure is chosen, voted in, is chosen to serve as prime minister without the approval of the United States administration, and this will have economic and military consequences that Iraq cannot afford economically. You see, family, I gave you a long list last week of all the different pressures, remember, from the UN to la 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 la. Who was the one up on top of that list? Donald Trump. The President of the United States is now in a position where he's ready to put sanctions on Iraq. Marty, you got on the 25th? Oh man. If you don't give the citizens the demands, and what are the demands, by the way, Marty? KTFA premium, that's what we're going to talk about because I have a full report on that. So these demands are reforms, aren't they, Marty? And if you don't do these reforms that the citizens want, and one of them is what? Monetary reform? Then you're going to have some serious economic and military security consequences. Do you know what that means, Marty? In fact, hold on. Let me read. The administration of the United States of America, President Donald Trump. Don't you just love saying that? Though the United States Treasury Department had who? United States Treasury has imposed harsh multilateral measures. For example, all Iraqi money will be subject to prosecution. What? No more protected? No. But other countries can take my money. Yeah. The Paris Club would come into effect. Yeah. No. Yeah. You know what to do, Marty. And if you don't want to do it, get the hell out of town as quickly as possible. Because, Marty, on the 25th, these people are ready for you. These people are ready for you. You see, I remember when I looked into the camera and I said, citizens, the next time that this happens, you need better organizations. You need to go from the flanks and right. You got to make sure that you cover your rear. You get your six, get water, food up to the front line. You got to be more organized. You understand? Okay, good. So the United States, the administration of the United States of America, President Donald Trump, though through the U.S. Treasury Department, has imposed harsh multilateral measures. For example, all Iraqi money will be subject to prosecution. It is now protected by the presidential decree based on the Iraqi-U.S. security agreement. The case of cancellation will reopen the file of compensation, as well as accusations of Iraq of supporting terrorism and the loss of U.S. companies before 2003, and will book the Iraq money until the resolutions of lawsuits. Oh, buddy. In other words, President, do you think sanctions are pretty bad with other countries? Sanctions. These are sanctions on steroids. Check it out. Not to mention the suspension of spending the dollar currency to Iraq. I said spending, I'm so sorry. Let me do it again. Not to mention the suspension of sending the auctions of sending the dollar currency to Iraq, which will stop many of the obligations and stop the work of the financial system, DFI, and stop. What? You can't stop the DFI? Yes, we can. No, don't. And stop the flow of $16 billion, which led to a financial deficit in Iraq, prevents him from paying the salaries of his employees, especially the employees of the embassy abroad and at home, means bankrupt for the state. Iraq will be in a state of complete paralysis, similar to the days of the siege of the 1990s, with little difference. Very little difference. Yep. So, Marty, what you think? It's up to you, buddy. You either get your act together and help these people and give them what they want, or they're going to get you out of there. Oh, they're going to get you out of there. And in the meantime, I'm I wouldn't be surprised if between now and whenever, when's the 25th, another 18, 19, 5, 6, 7 more days, somewhere between now and then, watch what the CBI does and comes out to embarrass the living daylights out of you. You punk. So, may I suggest that post that I just gave you, family? Here's also post number 171. You can find it as well in there. I also want to tell you to consider to look at post number 189. This is where the United States is increasing the funding to Iraq. Perfect timing. Perfect time. Trump, what do you want them to do? Economic reforms and monetary reforms. Trump, what did you just tell Marty? Get the hell out of town, or give them what they want. Okay. And Trump, what is the USA saying here in post 189? That we're going to back up Iraq financially, but we lose money. No, this is our investment. Well, then it can't lose, can it? No. May I suggest post number 188, quote, the GOI approves the third package of the demonstrators' request, unquote. Yeah? Ain't that right, Marty? Hey, Marty, are you chicken caca? Huh? Are you scared? Huh? Are your knees knocking? Is that your knees? Yeah. You better have got this together. This is the third package, isn't it? How many packages are all together? This is the last one, isn't it? Yeah. Alrighty. Well, okay. Good luck. I'm glad you got Marty. Marty, this package better not have a bunch of garbage in it. If you insult the citizens, they'll knock your ass out before the 25th. Alrighty. Good luck to you, Marty. So that's post 188. And we suggested post 189 to show you about the fundings. Also, Doodlebug brought in a very nice composition that explained what it is that they're doing with this banking structure. It's like about 3 posts right underneath 189. Please do consider reading that one as well, too. Post number 171, the new political equation created by the young Iraqis. Excuse me? The new, bye-bye, Muddy. The new political equation, a formula, something new, new people. The new political equation created in Iraq by the young, or by the youth, yeah. All right, so Marty, you've been told by the head boss, Donald Trump, who's in charge, who's your daddy, get out of town or give them what they want. You better do it before or on the 25th. Then you got the young generation in Iraq that is saying, look, we've got a new government. We're ready to put it in there. And on top of that, we know that you got, a package to get. What do you call it? Package number 3 for us. That's nice. But we are ready to go in there and knock all your teeth out of your mouth. So let's see what you want to do. Let's see what you do. And if you do, you don't. If you don't, I don't care. So, ladies and gentlemen, the reason that I brought you to have this conference call with each other is to reiterate something that I think is extremely important right now. I have told you about the Fab Four, but I've only told you about 3 because these are the 3 that were part of the lava flow. These guys are long done. They're waiting for them to go ahead and raise the value. But it is now the last part of the Fab Four, Donald Trump, who is in charge of all of it. It is now going to get heavily involved with Iraq. This is what that one post looks like. And this is where I was reading right now, this part. Family, you want to study this. You want to look this over. You want to give it good thought, good considerations. Roger, 5 minutes. Okay? Okay. I'd like to stay with you and talk with you, but like I said, I have a loyalty. I have a commitment to to those that belong to KTFA Premium inside of our form. So I bid you goodbye as I go and talk to them in there, and I'll see if we talk tomorrow. I doubt it. I really doubt it. Yes, Walking Stick gave me his full report today. I liked it. And if I don't see you tomorrow, well, I won't see you on Sunday. I never come on Sundays. But we'll get together again on Monday. I'm inside of my forum. I was in there last night. It was good to talk to everybody privately, and this morning. And now I hope that I have delivered a very key point, a very key cross section, a very important mark in this map on this landscape. Yeah. I hope that you understand that on this day, I'm trying to tell you something. Y'all take care. Thank you kindly for being with us. God bless you. And I'll see you soon again. Aloha. Bye-bye.